Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I'm back, gonna be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cocktail. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Yeah, you know what it is. I'm 40 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They tear your head off, nigga. I pray what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the eye.
Shalom, Isreal. This is the ISUPK under Commander General Hunt. Started out at 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York in 1969. This is ISUPK Wednesday night Nashville law class, and I am priest and officer Zabak Yasharawa. In ISUPK and Commander General Hunt, we are not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group, for we are home of the truth. It started with us. We're not affiliated with Scientology. We're not affiliated with Egyptology. We're not affiliated with no Jehovah's Witness. We're not affiliated with Islam. We're not affiliated with nothing but the truth. No Moorish, no nothing. And my topic for tonight, just like Israel went into slavery, so shall the other nations. So shall the other nations go. And for some reason, white supremacy has them thinking that America's gonna be great again, that America's gonna go on thriving, that nothing is going to happen to America. They think that just because they are in power, that they're gonna keep doing what they want to do, keep not obeying the Most High, keep unaliving His chosen people. They keep doing all sorts of wickedness on this earth. And, just because they are in power and they have laws that govern them, they have laws that they can overpass and supersede. And, they think that nothing is going to happen to them. They think that nothing is going to happen to them because they have been doing this for 400 plus years. They have been doing this for 400 plus years. But they be ignoring the signs of the Most High. They be ignoring the wrath of the Most High. And He hasn't released His full potential wrath. Like something by now should make them be like, okay, This is something way greater, far beyond us. When you look at the fire that took place out in Canada and how it just went on all these rich white supremacy people, and it didn't touch no black people, didn't go no hood, no none of that. But still yet, with the power that they do have, the little bit of power that they do have, they still think that they can do what they want to do and still get away with it. Still get away with it. But little do they know, white supremacy along with these other nations is going into slavery. It is no getting around this. It is no getting around this. That's why I love this truth. This truth, it's like no other. And it's gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a lot of our people that have wanted to be accepted by white supremacy, want to be accepted by these other nations, that they are going to fight for these people. They are going to fight for these people. When I say they're going to fight for these people, they're going to fight for these people like it's no tomorrow. Because at the end of the day, they suffer from Stockholm syndrome, which is one, and they still want to be accepted by these people. And they still being affected from Martin Luther King, who a lot of people knew that Luther King. They still think that in Christianity that you can come and love everybody, that God loves everybody, which is far from the truth. Which is far from the truth. They don't want to accept it. You thinking that God loves everybody. They have not proven that yet. They have not proven it yet. But with the things that is going on in society, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, for the ones that do partake in the things that is of this world, they do that out of pure ignorance. They do that because they want to be accepted. They don't want to believe that they slave masters going into slavery. But you have a lot of people that is outside the ICBK, they believe this. They believe in what goes around comes around. But when you tell them these other nations are going into slavery, then they'll sit and say, no, you interpreted that wrong. They'll sit and say, no, that's not what the scripture is talking about. But you don't have nobody to break down the King James Bible. So like you don't have nobody to break down the word of the Most High, like the priest and prophet of the Lord in the ICBK. They don't give you the precept, they'll give you a whole song and dance. And these Christian churches, they will give you a song and dance and take you down in the basement, feed you some pork. It's cool if a man sleep with another man, won't sleep with another woman. It's cool that a woman can sleep with another woman's husband. It's cool that another man can sleep with another man, wife, and so forth. Y'all still partake in the things that is of this world, even though you sit up in the Christian church. When it comes down to talking about things that is things that is in the Bible, so like things that what the Most High is saying, nah, you don't want to hear it. You don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High because if you do that, then you can't go back and do the things that is of this world. You will sit and make all the excuses. That's why a lot of our so-called brothers and sisters Israelites, y'all do not want to come up out this world. Y'all do not want to y'all do not want to stop sinning. You want to keep holding on to the things of this world. You love it. You love it. You would die for this. You would die for the things that is of this world. Because in your mind, you think that you was right. You want to sit and say Big Mama didn't talk. I haven't seen Big Mama do this. Big Mama took her last breath thinking that Christ was so-called white boy. Big Mama never had nobody to break down the Bible to her. Big Mama went to church and regular routine. Came in from church, cooked, listened to gospel music. Nobody never really broke it down to her. Nobody never really broke down to her the way the Bible has been and still is being taught in how she became a commanded general. And slavery is a tempting, especially God chosen people that is outside of ICBK. They'll go to war with you for that. They'll say that you teach your hate. But they will accept the fact that we are enslaved. And they'll make all kinds of excuses. They will make all kinds of excuses. But when you say that all of white supremacy is going into slavery, they're not trying to hear it. When you say that the Africans is going into slavery, they're not trying to hear that either. They're not trying to hear it. They have and still be telling us that we teach hate. We teach hate. Even in the Bible, most I say it's a time for love, but it's a time for hate. It's a time for love, but it's a time for hate. But you gotta know how to differentiate the difference. We teach according to what the Most High said. If the Most High got slavery in the Bible, that's what it is. That's what it is. And we all have heard this. How they say if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. You mean to tell me what's good for you can't? I mean, what's good for you can't be good for me? Hey, people gonna have to take a lot of things up with the Most High. Because we tell you the things that is of the Most High. We tell you the things that is of the Most High. Even when you look at hey, for all y'all that's tuning in, the water, y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and share this class because it might be something that somebody needs to hear. You know what I'm saying? It might be something that somebody needs to hear that will give them some reassurance that, hey, I can endure it to the end. Because there's no way that you can say that see the people that is in bondage and you don't think that Most High is not watching, the Most High don't see this. Listen, it can't be serious. You cannot be serious. Since we've been in bondage to white supremacy, they have unalived us so much till they try to instinct us, try to wipe us off the face of the earth. But you're not going to do away with the Most High people. You're just not going to do it. There's no way. They forget this part right here when Abraham was talking to the Most High, and he said that I'm going to multiply your seed like the sands on beaches. I want to be a little more specific and say he said like the grains. Listen, we are a nation of people that even in the worst of our times, we still, even in the midst of captivity, we are still producing babies. And there's nothing wrong with that. My supremacy how you thinking to handle a child is something wrong with that. But it's the demise behind the way they think. Because if they stop you from reproducing, then it's better for them to control you, or dominate. I mean, just do away with you. Just do away with you. But for the white supremacy to know the Bible, they know that their time is near. They know that their time is almost. So they know that they are going into slavery. That's why they are coming from all angles. And it's getting ready to turn up. It's getting ready to turn up with the things that they're doing, the things that they're going to do. It's going to turn up. But if you hold on to the things that I actually became the commander during how it's saying to you, hey, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. And leave this world behind. Come up out of this world. Come up out of this world. You have to listen. You got to do what's right for you in the sight of the Most High. You cannot worry about your next door neighbor. You can't worry about your favorite cousin. You can't worry about your favorite aunt, your favorite uncle. You got to do what's right for you in the sight of the Most High. You got to serve Him how He say serve Him. Celebrating your birthday, telling you turning up. That's not no. That's not so. You turn up for your birthday. That's you serving you. You look at yourself unwillingly knowing you put yourself on a pedestal like you above the Most High. Mother Day ain't cut. Father Day, it's not cutting it either. You have to let go of these little pagan holidays. You have to let go of the things that is of this world. I honestly say, me coming into the ICBK and commander during Holland, at first, I was a little skeptical because I didn't know. But when I say have fun, the time that I began with my brothers and my sisters be having so much fun, man. It made me resort back like I'm a little kid at times. Sometimes I be had to catch myself. And I'm talking about I be acting real, genuine fun. Real, genuine fun. I'm around genuine brothers and sisters that is being raised in this truth under the righteous rulership, being raised in this truth righteously. And it's like no other. It is like no other. That's why when I be hearing certain scriptures, I hold on to it. I hold on to them because listen to this. When you look at Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7, it said, be not deceived. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. Say, God is not mocked. I don't care what nobody says. They can say they're talking about some interpretation, but I'm reading this as is. I'm reading this like as if the Most High is whether he's standing in front of me, on my right ear, left ear, I'm reading it like this. They say, be not deceived. God is not mocked. Ever so for whatsoever, so like whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Because these white supremacy people When they took us into slavery, when they took God chosen people into slavery, they took it to a whole nother level. They took it to a level that really can't even be explained. The only thing you can do is just talk about it. When you really go and do your research and really see how these people is, you should have no other choice but to come into the ISUBK and learn how to serve the Most High. When you see the, hey, when I say I'm speaking, you should the white supremacy of culture vultures. They have stolen everything. They stole everything, stole everything. They steal and put a price on everything. Like just the other day, I was through the drive-through and the little cashier, she had said something about something being sold. But she was a sister, and she was just talking about how things being sold, and I just told her, I said, yeah. I said, man, but we were talking about white supremacy. And I told her, I said, they sell yeah. Like, you can't be serious. Like, what is that to sell? Like, they should have so where you could just go and pump your tire up, like, free of charge. They sell everything. They try to put a price on everything. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. When you sit back and think about things that they have done when it came to us, God's chosen people being in the slavery, they have done experimented on us till it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So the thing that really be wrecking me, that really like gets to me, when I find out about alligator breeders. Man, God's chosen people, we so docile. We are so crazy till we the ones that be blind gators and don't even know the history behind it. You have so many brothers that call themselves being pimps and talking about you buying crocodile shoes. They even got crocodile sneakers, and you don't even know the history behind that. The crocodile. And right now, to this day in 2025, they still selling the whole bottom shoe, which is called Gators. Plus, they got them in sneakers too now. You can get them in the hat, get a jacket, belt. Yeah. And they sell them to us because, God shows the people, man, so-called black man, Native American man, Hispanic man, woman and child. We fashion statements. We love to dress. We like to dress, but if you are educated, you would think that wearing gaiters is almost like a top tier thing, a top tier thing. And white supremacy has benefited off of selling gaiters for years. For years. They never thought about, let me put some raw chicken or let me do this, let me do that. They was using our baby as an alligator bait. Alligator bait. Like, if you sit and think about that for a second, like, yo, come on. Right? Like the scripture said, they ain't gonna have no regard for the old or the young. They're not gonna have no regard for the old or the young. That's why this scripture in Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7, they say, be not deceived. Don't let nobody deceive you. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. Forget about all that. God loves everybody. And God is not mocked. Can nobody make a mockery out of God? God said his word goes out and don't come back void. And whatsoever man sow, so shall he reap. Y'all done sow bad seeds. Y'all done set an unalive Native American Indian man and woman at an all-time high. Took this land, took all of America, took all of America. And now today you sit and say the people that y'all put off the land are illegal aliens, illegal immigrants. And y'all done mob, rape, pillage, y'all done lied. Y'all done did the most. So listen, man. Yeah. But y'all don't believe. Remember, see, y'all don't believe this. Y'all don't believe that whatsoever man sow, so shall he reap. Y'all don't believe that y'all going into slavery. Y'all don't believe that it's gonna be a World War III. With your technology, your high advanced army system, navy system, with the military period, you keep America is so advanced and it's nothing that there's no other nation that can stand up to y'all. World War III come, white supremacy. Y'all already the lords of the Lord. The most I think y'all ain't nothing. Y'all be like spittle what they got. Well, y'all go into slavery, y'all ain't ever coming out. Ain't no expiration date on it. There's no expiration date on forever. And I'm gonna give you some precepts going with Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. When you look at Exodus chapter 21 and 16, Exodus chapter 21 and 16, it says, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, just right there alone, man, that you know who it's talking about. There's no cut and dry. There's no in between. To let you know, they're getting straight to the point. Straight to the point. And he that stealeth a man, now it's only one nation. When I say thieves, can't nobody steal in white supremacy. Y'all want to steal a whole nation. A whole nation. Like, y'all don't know nothing else but to steal. It's, y'all don't know nothing else. Y'all don't know, y'all just know what types of some like y'all just know what types of fucking be like like y'all just the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst. Y'all have stolen white supremacy has stolen a whole nation of people and did so much very evil. Y'all that's you can't even compare that to somebody going by the dog and tying the dog to a tree. You don't let the dog run around and that you got chain so long that the dog still tired of it. You can't even what white supremacy has done to God's chosen people. You can't even compare that to no other nation. You can't. You can't. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. White supremacy, y'all do have. That's coming to y'all. It's coming to y'all. We need this. There's no getting around that. I have another precept for you. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 11. Oh, unto the wicked. Woe unto the wicked. And that one was heavy. That one woe means destruction, death. And who was the wicked? When you look at Job 9:24, it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. White supremacy is running the earth. That is the wicked. I mean, look who is running America. Donald Trump. Donald Trump, matter of fact, Caesar Borgia, that is the face of white supremacy. That is the face of pedophilia. That is the face of rape. That is the face of um, lesbianism. That is the face of all types of gays. White supremacy is the face of the biggest drug dealers throughout this whole earth. White supremacy is the face of the most people that have unalive. You can pick about 3 nations and pick about 10 diseases. Still, they don't compare to what white supremacy has done. And you think that them born into slavery is not suitable? You're gonna get the reward of their hand. You're gonna get the reward of their hand. They're gonna get what's coming to them. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 11. So, like I said, it's no getting around it. Because this is what the Most High said. God told them people never took nobody into slavery. They never ran into their power. They never ran into their power. And even unto the wicked, like when you look at Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4, it said, the Lord hath made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So, white supremacy, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just at the top of the chain when it comes down to the most wicked nation out of all 17. But you have 18 nations. All 17 nations have taken Israelites into slavery. They have all taken Israelites into slavery. Let them children. They think they're going to keep running this earth. They think that they're going to keep running this earth. They think that this earth is going to get back right under Donald Trump. And it's not. It's not. It's not. you know, because it's falling apart. You just gotta know what to look. You just have to know what to look for. You touch off into some more precepts that's dealing with this touching the surface or letting you know that how these wicked nations they have slavery coming to them. They have slavery coming to them. And a lot they like to sit and say, well, I wasn't back there then, and I didn't have nothing to do with that. We didn't have nothing to do with what our forefathers did. But still, yeah, we went into slavery because we bore the sins of our forefathers. We had born the sins of our forefathers. And we had to pay. We had to pay. That's why I thank the Most High at Christ for instilling in Jeremy Hunt what was instilled in him, and he established the ICBK. Because he didn't ICBK and command how we keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. We keep the high holy days. We don't sit and just, that's why we make it and we emphasize we are not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group. We are not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group because they broke off from being in the truth. And it's like insane. Like you thought that you was gonna go and do something better than the truth. Like no. Like no. It's like you leaving your father and mother's house thinking that you can make it on your own when you have not fully been taught what you need to know to go out and make it on your own. You just up one day and just leave. So now you can run them up. You don't want to because this thing that you need to know that you don't know. Let me go I'm gonna jump up into Genesis. That's in chapter 25 and chapter 25 verse 23. And the Most High said unto her, this is during the time when Rebecca was carrying twins. This is Jacob and Esau. This is Jacob and Esau. Salah. It said, and the Most High said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other. I don't know no white supremacy person that is stronger than one of God's chosen people. I've never seen it. I've never seen that. Again, physically and mentally. But I'll give you some insight. Supremacy. You can be CEO of IBM. You lose your job. The only thing you know is to unalive yourself. The only thing you know is to unalive yourself. You take dating. Daddy lose his job. Man, look at him. They get ready to call up his man. They get ready to call up his man Poop. And he might be chief in the loop. Yo, Pooh, man, I don't need hiring at your job, man. You don't need a job. Man, man, we pick right back up. Next thing you know, we working with Pooh now, laughing and joking. Man, I was getting ready to quit that job anyway. You know what I'm saying? So mentally, we strong. We strong. We are strong. You take uh you take Keisha. Keisha might be struggling. Guess what Keisha gonna do? Keisha gonna recall, oh mom. You know, me and Malik, we gotta come chill for a few days till I get back right. Sharon, let her lose her job. All hell getting ready to break loose. She probably let her child run away. It's so chaotic. As far as the stronger part, I don't know nobody that can outrun us, more athletic than us. I don't I don't get that. You know. Nah. See, right here, it lets you know why these two nations of people, one will be stronger than us. White supremacy is not stronger than us. And when I say us, I'm talking about God's chosen people. I'm talking about so-called black, Hispanic, Native American man and woman. They are not. Amen. And the elder, and the elder, Esau came first. Esau came first. Esau came first. And the elder shall, and this right here, hey, this right here, hey, that word shall, but that's future purpose. So get around that. Shall serve the young. And the young is Jacob. So, so this is future Christ. This is slave. This is slavery. Because even when you look at like verse 25, when it first came out, red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. Any person that is of white supremacy is hairy all over, hairy all over. Real caveman status. Real caveman status. And the reason they didn't describe Jacob, because Jacob was normal. He looked like us. He looked like me. He looked like to all y'all that's watching. He looked like y'all. He was normal. So this was a normal birth that Rebecca gave unto Jacob. But Esau, hey, the elder gonna serve the younger. Shall. That's future prophecy. That word shall. In some verses, powerful word. Future prophecy. So, like I said, it's hard to convince white supremacy and other nations that they are going into slavery. Like, even if you were to show them these scriptures, they will come up with some of everything to try to debunk what is being said. When you go to Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy chapter 7. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. The Most High say, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." Person in Christianity can hear this, and if you're talking about slavery, yes, sit and say that, what does this have to do with slavery? This is letting you know that set aside from whatever else that you go through and read in this Bible, we still was. Most time, we was an apple of his. We was an apple of his. Even though that we went into slavery, we went into slavery for being a disobedient nation, being a stiff-necked people, for being hard-headed, for not listening to the Most High. Let's do it again. That still don't excuse the fact that slavery is going to be up and coming. It's no getting around. There's no getting around it. There's no getting around it. And like I said, white supremacy, they hate hearing that. They hate hearing that. Like it's like when you teach that hate, you teach that hate, going with everybody. And they're trying to throw in John 3:16. They don't even know how to break it down. They don't even know how to break it down. Talking about word, they don't even say the whole word. You know, that's a whole other topic, a whole other discussion. That's a little sidebar with that. They white supremacy in other nations, they find every tactic, every means to try to discredit if you're talking about slavery. If you're talking about slavery. But they just run off emotions. They will come and tell you the words of the Most High. They just run straight off of emotions. And 9 times out of 10, you really don't even want to touch them that time. Because a person can sit and watch this class and go and ask a preacher about these precepts. You say he's gonna ask you where you get this from. Well, at this time, God wasn't, he wasn't, and a person can sit and go back to Genesis 25 and 23 and point to him, shall is up and coming. The word shall, like, I'm dealing with the words of the Most High, and I'm not adding or taking away, shall. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit and tell you that come next week, Wednesday, Lord willing, I shall teach my next class. It's up and coming, even though we are in right now, we are in this moment. Shall is up and coming. And no different is, you take a single parent, man, they dealing with the summer doing. And they say, I'm the first one that comes. And if I do right, man, I shall pay. So I'm going to pay. I shall pay. It's a little self-motivation within itself, but still yet all I know, this is up and coming. This is what is going to happen. This is what is going to take place. Let's see. Still getting around Genesis 25 and 23 with the share. That's not. It's not. So I'm gonna go Isaiah chapter 45, verse 14. Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 14. Thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt and merchandise of Ethiopia. So this is Hamites, my other nation, another nation. So like another nation. Thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt and merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Seamen, men of stature, shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine. They shall come after thee in chains. They shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely God is in thee, and there is none else. He is no God. And they don't bear witness. These other nations is going to bear witness because they are going into slavery. There's no getting around that. There's no getting around that. They gonna look whatever little power they have, whatever little status they have in society, whatever's going on with them, they gonna come to ruins. Imagine God's chosen people. You're gonna have slaves, whether you want to or not. You're gonna have people that you get to tell what to do, that you get to do this and do that. But see, we as God's chosen people, we are some remorse people. We have remorse for other nations. We're not going to so much as the things that they have done to us, you're not going to be like them. Because it's not in our nature. It is not in our nature. As far as them being slaves, yeah, they're going to be that. They're going to be that. It's, you're not going to take that out of our nature. It's not going to. Because you're going into slavery, whether you like it or not. Going into slavery. Isaiah 49, Isaiah 49 and 23. Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 23. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. Because at the time when our fathers and our mothers, when they was enslaved, I'm talking about real, that real bondage day. You got a chain around your neck, that real bondage. We was in slavery and servitude to white supremacy. I'm talking about, I mean, if you don't do the research, you really don't know what slavery is. You really don't know what it looked like. You really don't. You really don't. You really don't know what it is and what it looks like. You don't do the research. No. I mean, just think about it. It tears me up, but it also makes me even madder. You know what I'm saying? Because white supremacy has took it to a whole other level to where, you know, that's unexplainable. But it also shows you who these people really are. It also shows you that people are the scum of that earth. I mean, when I say the scum of that earth, like, it's unspeakable. It is unspeakable. The things that they have done to God's children, people, they still doing it. They still doing it. Like, that's why it makes sense. Christ coming back. Christ has to come back because these people is not going to stop unaliving us. These people is not going to stop doing the things they doing to them. And in Christianity, they be thinking that your Christ coming back is going to be all love, going to be joy, everybody getting together, hold a hand, spinning around in a circle and all that. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. It ain't going to be that. It's not going to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like the streets of America, that's going to be bathed in white supremacy movement. It gotta be like that. It's the only way that God's chosen people gonna be at peace. The only way we're gonna be at peace. You have got to go to war with these people. I'm not saying in the literal to go to war. I'm not promoting that. But the only way that we're gonna get peace, it has to be war. It has to be. It has to be war. There's no getting around it. Well, let me finish reading this. They say the kings shall be my nursing father, and their queens my nursing mothers. But they shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord thy God, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. So this right here is slavery, but it also is. I mean, in this day and time, we get boot kids off of this, but this is also slavery. Saying like these people gonna have to show gratitude. These people gonna have to know that, okay, I'm sorry for the things that I have done. I am showing remorse. Hey, it's gonna come a time when all that pride gonna be out the window. All that's gonna be out the way. You ain't gonna have no other choice but to get on your knees and bow to God's children people. You ain't gonna have no other choice. Because it ain't gonna be nothing else left to do. It ain't gonna be nothing to do for the other nation but to go into slavery. Because if you don't go into slavery, you're just gonna be wandering around like a beggar bar. You're just gonna be going here, there, here. Common sense might set in and you'll say to yourself, for me going into slavery, you get fed out. But you're paid for it. But it might be a little sympathy. Some slave masters, you know what I'm saying? Israelites that's gonna become slave masters. You have some that might show a little empathy. I have some, and I don't know what the empathy part will be, but you might have some. Mhm. This kingdom gotta be built. This kingdom has got to be built. So you going into slavery, it's gonna be a good look on y'all. It's gonna be a good look on the other nations. Because it was a good look when y'all was looking at us when we went into slavery. So now we're gonna get to see what it looks like when we look at y'all. I don't know what it's like to look and see what you saw. You gonna know the feeling. The feeling that you gonna feel, it's gonna be a forever feeling. That you're gonna be enslaved forever. And there ain't no expiration date on forever. No. Isaiah chapter 60. And verse 12, it says, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. This is a command. This is a command. Most I saying that for whatever kingdom and nation don't serve us, you shall perish. You shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Those nations shall be utterly wasted. I mean, and it's only right. It's only right. A lot of y'all like to say in Christianity respect your person. Right. This is it. This is it. By no other name. This is it by no other name. You don't think the Most High will keep a record? You don't think that the Most High was watching white supremacy and all the other nations were doing what they did? Most High got the records. He got all the records. You see, but let the wicked that is running the earth, let them tell it. America gonna be made great again. It's gonna be made great again. And let me tell you how the most I said to make America great again. Let's see if I got this true said. If you look at Isaiah chapter 35, and you look at verse 5, it said, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So even when our iniquity had an end, even when we said to ourselves that, okay, we gonna come and we gonna keep serving the Most High, we gonna stop doing the things that is of us where we, hey, y'all still shedding the blood. Verse 6, therefore as I live, said the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So, once again, you shall get rewarded, yeah. But it was Salaka Israel. Uh, Precept. I thought I could find that other one, but let me keep going. I'm going to Isaiah I'm going to Isaiah. I'm gonna give you a precept for that one I just read. When I read Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 12, we're talking about how Most High said that for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So when you look at Isaiah chapter 14, Isaiah 14 verses 1 through 2, it say, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." Verse 2, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids." So this right here is slavery. "And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." So once again, you will see slavery in the Bible, according to the Most High, for these other nations. For these other nations. I'm going to Isaiah chapter 61. 61 and verse 5. He said that strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien, so, like, and the sons of the alien shall be your men and your vine dressers. It's right here, slavery also. And this word alien, don't let you get thrown off by the word alien, because you know I heard that so many times on TV and read in newspapers. But alien don't mean somebody that is wandering, like going from place to place. We used to have the definition, but that's all that is. A person that is not from this place. They don't have nothing to do with say a being from outer space. It's not like that. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. I'll give you another precept. Go to Jeremiah 30, verse 16. Jeremiah 30 and verse 16. It says, "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity." So this is that part where I talked about everybody that devoured us, how all these nations devoured us, they shall be devoured. You get the word shall and become a future prophecy. They shall be devoured. Every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Hey, there's no getting around. It is no getting around this. It is no getting around this. But I'm gonna show you this in the New Testament, because in Christianity they like dealing with the New Testament. There's no getting around what the Most High said. Most High say this gonna happen. This gonna happen. Revelation chapter 13, verses 9 and 10. If any man have an ear, let him hear. If you have an ear, you listening to the sound of my voice, I'm telling you what the Most High said. I don't get no credit. All credit go to the Most High. I'm just relaying the message. You know how they say, oh, I'm underlying the messages. Verse 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Here we go, shall, up and coming future prophecy. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. For these other nations, y'all going into captivity. There is no getting around it. There is no getting around it. No, no getting around it. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And the saints are Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 and 10. So I'm going to give another, and this one here is in Revelation also. Revelation chapter 2. Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. This right here is in red. So this lets you know that Yahushua is doing the talking. Yahushua is doing the talking. Yahushua came to deliver the word that was signed. Who everybody outside of the ISUBK calls Christ. Yahushua was telling the words of the Most High. Isaiah chapter Salaki. Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. Now he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end. The only people I know that overcometh and keepeth the works is the ISUBK and the Commander Journey Hall. I don't see nobody doing what we do outside of the ISUBK. I don't. I'll read that again. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power. Will I give power over the nations? Well, that's heavy. That is heavy. Even when you look at verse 27, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. You have to. You have to. You have to rule with a rod of iron. The power is going to be given. Power is going to be given over other nations. Power is going to be given over other nations. It's, I don't know how in Christianity they are so docile. But it's different when I look at Christianity like how like a childlike mind, like you're not really no mature person because there's no way that you can sit and read the King James Bible and say that the Most High loves everybody. Going from Genesis to Revelation, it talks about Israelites. It talks about Israelites. There's no way a person can read Revelation chapter 13, especially verse 10, and not get what that is saying. Like you really, let I get out of there, man. You just a super coon. Like you don't want to come outside of being a slave. You love being a slave. You hate it when you hear talks of things that are going to happen to your slave. You love tap dance. It's no way that you can hear these precepts and just have an open mind and just say, wow, I never heard of this. Instead, somebody that's really, really, really in the world, they will have something to say about it. They will have something to say about it. Like, no, you teach it, hey, I have heard people say this here. God did not say that. And we read it straight from the Bible. We are reading straight from the Bible. Straight from the Bible. And even if, just for the sake of argument, even if you take the Bible off the table, you still gotta say this. You still can't get out from up under this. What goes around comes around. But in the Bible, it says that we not to see God is not mocked. But whatsoever a man sows, so shall he reap. So it's no getting around it. There's no getting around the things that these other nations have done to God's chosen people. They're still doing it. They're still doing it. You look at ICE. ICE, leave. When we as God's chosen people, we have to pay attention to what's going on. Because of what they feel like they haven't got enough ethical rights and have them put them in cages, this, and that, and the third, while stopping them from coming dealing with the rest of God's chosen people. What's stopping them from getting the rest of these other tribes? Because this is the makeup of white supremacy. They have been trying to do away with us from the beginning of time. They have been trying to do away with God's chosen people from the beginning of time. And it's crazy. That's why it's a must that Christ come back. Because if Christ is not coming back, white supremacy is never going to stop. They're not going to stop doing the things that they do. White supremacy does not have fear of the Most High and none of their way of thinking. None of their way of thinking. They put themselves on the pedestal like they're God. And they really want people to worship them. Look at them like they are the most supreme being on this planet. And that is far from the truth. The Most High said that they be like spittle unto him. But our people just gotta come up out of that outside state of being. God shows the people that is outside of the ISUBK and command general knowledge have to wake up. It's hard time that you wake up. It's time that you wake up and you should never look back to want to go to sleep. You should never look back. And it shouldn't take you to go through things that is of this world for you to really say to yourself, okay, now I see these people for who they are. It's been around you for the longest. You just don't want to accept it because you want these people to accept you. And these people would never accept you. White supremacy would never be God's chosen people. The only time that white supremacy have love for God's chosen people is when they're in the bed with them. Other than that, they don't have no love for God's chosen people. They are trying to do away with God's chosen people. Yeah. And that's what it is a must. It is a must that if you are not in the ISU mechanic management house, get into school. What's stopping you? It shouldn't take you to go through something to shake you, and then you be like, this is, brother, it shouldn't do that. It should not do that. Because some people don't bump from the things that they go through. It's an element of surprise. Sometimes it'll take you out. It'll take you out. Sometimes the element of surprise will have you in a position where you really can't even do what you were doing before whatever happened to you. That's why it is a must. The same way we pick up our phone, get on it, play little games, we send texts, this and that. You should hop on that phone. Okay, select dial numbers and get into school. Get into school. Like I said, it shouldn't have to be something dramatic for you to get into the school. It's a glorious thing to hear that these other nations are going into slavery. It is. It is glorious. Growing up, when I really could see and understand about slavery, I used to say to myself, man, we ain't ever coming out. But we coming out. We coming out. Coming out. And when we come out and these other nations go in, they in there forever. They are in there forever. And I say this here to you, Israel, endure to the end. Endure until the end. I can't say it enough. Get in these classes. Get in these classes. Do what's right unto the Most High. Do what's right unto the Most High. Stop saying to yourself, I'm going to do this. I might get in next week. I might. No. Get in these classes. You ain't doing nothing else. Not really not productive. I'm not picking on nobody. I'm just saying. You'll see a whole difference. You'll see a whole difference like no other. And you'll be saying to yourself, man, as long as I've been hearing these brothers and this and that, I should have been in here. But better late than never. Better late than never. With that being said, I'm gonna give a courtesy salute to my brothers. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shepherd Prophet. To my sisters, Yahweh Shemar, Allah Thumb, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom, Israel.